This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week, we continue in our season of Advent, and I'd like to focus on our Old Testament lesson, Isaiah 35. And it talks about the day of the Lord, when God will show up, that people will shout out that God is here. And what will happen? That flowers will bloom in a desert. That the eyes of the blind will be opened, the ears of the deaf will be able to hear. That things that should not happen will happen. And I'd like to reflect on this, not for the future coming day of the Lord when Jesus comes back. That's important. But about how does that lived out today? Because the focus of Isaiah 35 is that people are not expecting God to show up. And when God shows up, huge things will happen. And I wonder how we reflect upon that right now. And I think there would be an equal amount of surprise today as what Isaiah was talking about for God's showing up. And I think that because there's a tremendous understanding or general sense that I'm not sure if God really intervenes in the world. That maybe I think God helps me emotionally to manage the problems of the world around me, but I don't see God actually intervening. It's an important question, and a question a lot of people are asking. That maybe God shows up for my personal relationship, that when I receive the Lord's Supper, it's a personal thing for me receiving forgiveness. But does it mean that anything in the world around me is really going to change? And I'm not sure if I think God's really going to do that or not. Well, as Lutherans in Advent, we often think about the way God works, the means of grace, and one of them is the Lord's Supper that I just mentioned. But another is the way God works. We call it that God works through means, through ordinary things. That God works through people, through process. That God is always here and working among us, but if we were to look out, it looks sort of ordinary. It's simultaneously amazingly exciting that God is really active among us, but then not exciting because the way it looks like everything around us. God could choose to act in any way God wants, but instead chooses to work through people and through ordinary. And I think for a particular reason. Because if God showed up in this great, powerful thing, we'd be amazed. But what would we do? Our whole role would just be amazed. Instead, God chooses to work through you, work through me, because their productivity can happen. That God is present among us, within us, even as we face challenges of this world. That was what the incarnation was all about. Rather than God showing up as the powerful other, God becomes a human and becomes like us. God works through things like us. God becomes us. And so when we say we are God's hands and feet, or simply the means of grace, we are saying that the incarnation of Jesus, Jesus becoming human, is saying that God is with us right where we are. And that's a message of grace. It is God with us today, everywhere we see. This is 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.